America. Around the world. Live long and prosper. This is Chief Little Prong. I'm only semi in character tonight. I'm having a little beverage. It's fire water White Devil makes. Good for what ails you. Now, a lot of subscribers are asking me. I think I'm up to 2 subscribers now. Am I crazy? The answer is yes. Am I really an Indian? Yes. My grandmother on my mother's side was an Indian. So I have a taste, and therefore I can call myself a chief. Call yourself anything you want, right? Well, anyway, today, or in, let's say, the last 24 hours, I thought of a new, as far as I know, completely original moon landing hoax theory that no one's ever thought of or talked about, and that would be that Kennedy in the early 60s announced that before the end of the decade that we would have a man on the moon, and the Russians had already had people. They had a monkey in space and a deli in space, and they had a satellite, and we hadn't done anything yet, so we couldn't let them win. And once we realized that with our current technology, using basically the V-2 rockets that Werner von Braun had developed during World War II, that just wasn't going to work. Be it that they couldn't carry enough fuel, or the Van Allen radiation belt, or a combination of many things, and there's many reasons why it would have been extremely difficult, if not completely impossible, to go. So I have a theory that possibly using reverse technology that we had gotten from the crash in Roswell, and by '69, possibly they were able to send a highly advanced reverse technology ship to the moon. Maybe they couldn't get out of the ship, but they could plant a flag and some of those reflectors and stuff that proved that we were there, and put down some footprints or something like that. Because we just couldn't say that we couldn't do it. We'd spent too much money and everything else, and the Russians would have won, and it would have made us look really stupid. And that way they could take the films and the photos, be a combination of outdoors and in studios, and Stanley Kubrick was probably involved with that, and there's a lot of evidence to point to that too. Just lots of people with PhDs in aeronautics and all kinds of stuff say that this didn't happen. Even the guy that is the president of the Hasselblad camera company or whatever said that obviously this film shots are faked, and there's just so many things wrong with the shadows and artificial lighting and all kinds of stuff. So so they sent the ship up there. They sent a dummy ship up. They put the astronauts in one side, and they just came out the other. Because they didn't want to risk their lives. Maybe they could make the ship as light as possible, so there'd be less chance of any sort of accident or anything like that happening anyway. So the reverse technology ship goes to the moon, comes back. Maybe it does it at the same time, or maybe it does it before, and it does what needs to be done to prove that we were there. Because maybe we were there, but not the way that we said we were. Maybe we didn't even have humans in this reverse technology craft. Maybe it was fairly small or something of that nature, and they couldn't tell the world that there was this kind of this would be admitting that there's aliens and all kinds of stuff, which would be screwing up our religion and causing riots possibly or whatever. So it didn't serve them any purpose to tell the truth. Or possibly that here's another alternative theory, that they'd sent up a dummy ship. We also had remote control probes that did the same thing. In other words, not reverse technology, but just something that could fly there and back unmanned and possibly create the scenario that people were there. Or here's a third one that I thought of just while I was thinking of these other ones. And I'm probably not remembering everything because I didn't write a script or everything. I just have a couple notes scribbled here. Or that we had sent many unrehearsed failed missions before one was able to plant flags and put down footprints and stuff. Meanwhile, while they're filming all this stuff and just coordinating it all together, because they had billions of dollars and years, to coordinate this thing. They probably knew by 65 that we couldn't go, and we had by 70 to make it happen. So anyway, it's just something to think about, and I've done a lot of research on it, and all those conspiracy theories I find fascinating, like Pearl Harbor and the Gulf of Tonkin. Well, that wasn't a theory, that was fact. So, not in many other things too. But anyway, something to think about. Chief Little Prong signing out. Everybody have a good night, and bye.